These are the 5 best and 5 worst relic hunting metal detectors you can buy right now, and the gap between them is wider than most people expect. One of the machines on this list costs over $1,000 and still belongs in the worst category. Relic hunting is harder on equipment than almost any other form of detecting. You're working iron-saturated civil strife camps, colonial farmsteads, and old homestead sites where the targets you want are buried deep and surrounded by nails, buckles, and ferrous junk. That environment punishes the wrong machine fast and rewards the right one in ways that are immediately obvious. 3 things separate a real relic machine from one that will cost you fines: adjustable ground balance, iron handling, and recovery speed. Without ground balance, your detector chatters and loses depth the moment the soil mineralizes. Without iron handling, a notched-out signal masks a brass button sitting an inch from a nail. And without fast recovery, a slow machine in a nail bed reads 2 targets as one, starting with the worst. Number 5. The no-name Amazon imports. Walk into any online marketplace and search metal detector, and the first page fills up with $40 to $90 machines wearing names you've never seen before, usually marketed as professional or waterproof. The word to remember is unstable. These units carry preset ground balance, meaning they can't adapt to mineralized or iron-heavy soil, and their target ID reads are so jumpy you can't build any pattern recognition. You never know whether to dig or move on. One established detecting retailer put it plainly: these machines will end up in a yard sale by August. For relic hunting, unstable target ID isn't an inconvenience, it's a disqualifier. Number 4. Bounty Hunter Gold Digger. At around $59, the Gold Digger carries preset ground balance, a single fixed frequency, and a maximum effective depth of roughly 6 inches. 6 inches misses most finds at a worked site, and no ground balance means mineralized soil beats the machine before you've taken 10 steps. Fine as a novelty, wrong for relics. Number 3. QSI Quicksilver. The Quicksilver sits in the $45 to $169 range, and like the Gold Digger, carries the same structural problems: preset balance, single frequency, shallow depth, minimal discrimination. The price range varies, but the performance ceiling doesn't. Number 2. Bounty Hunter Tracker 4. This one shows up constantly as a recommended starter machine, which makes it worth addressing directly. The Tracker 4 runs a single frequency with a completely fixed preset ground balance. No manual tuning, no auto-tracking, no way to adapt to what's under your feet. One longtime owner put it bluntly: there's no depth with any kind of discrimination, and the target indicator needle is pretty much useless. In all metal mode, it picks up more depth, but all metal at a relic site means digging everything on the property. The Tracker 4 works as a kid's introduction to the hobby. That's genuinely what it's built for. Number 1. Garrett Ace Apex. This one belongs on the list precisely because it shouldn't. Garrett marketed the Apex as their first multi-frequency machine, which set expectations high, and buyers expected performance that would hold up in iron-heavy ground. What they found was disappointing depth, limited customization, and iron handling one reviewer described as horrendous. The machine gets overpowered by iron compared to other detectors. Another wrote that the Apex has been a failure, amounting to a beginner coin shooter in disguise. It's coil-only waterproof. Coils aren't compatible with older Ace models, and it doesn't perform in trash-dense conditions. For what it costs, you can do considerably better. Now the other side. Best number 5. Fisher F75. Running at 13 kHz, the F75 has been the benchmark single-frequency relic machine since its introduction in 2007, and at $419, it still earns that reputation. Fast grab ground balance, fast recovery, double filter discrimination, and at 3.5 pounds, one of the lightest setups in the field. The LTD adds boost and cache modes for an extra $80. It's a single-frequency machine and won't read the full conductor range of an SMF unit, but what it does exceptionally well, and the price makes it the easiest recommendation for anyone serious about relic work who isn't ready to spend $1,000. Number 4. Minelab Equinox 900. At $999, the Equinox 900 brings simultaneous multi-frequency across 6 frequency options 119 target ID segments, and IP68 waterproofing to 5 meters. It ships with an 11-inch and a 6-inch D coil, weighs 2.8 pounds, and carries an easier learning curve than the flagships above it. Multi-IQ reads low conductors and high conductors on every sweep, which matters in relic ground where you're chasing lead, brass, and iron artifacts at the same time. For many hunters, it's the sweet spot between cost and capability. Number 3. Nokta Legend 2. Also at $999, the Legend 2 arrived with a dedicated relic mode, a FaroCheck ferrous meter that tells you how much iron is saturating the ground around you, and an expanded target ID from 0 to 99. Serious Detecting named it their top pick for Civil War relic hunting, citing iron bias control, SMF depth, and value. It ships with 2 coils and wireless headphones at that price. The Legend 2 uses new LD series coils that aren't compatible with older Legend models, so existing owners can't swap hardware. Number 2. XP Deus II. The Deus II runs 49 individual frequencies from 4 to 45 kHz, plus full multi-frequency operation, completely wirelessly. The electronics are distributed between the coil, the remote, and the headphones, with no cable running up the shaft. At roughly 2 pounds, it's the lightest capable relic machine on the market, and its audio information in iron-dense ground earns consistent praise from hunters who want to hear what's happening underfoot, rather than read a number on a screen. In 2025, XP released a dedicated HF2 coil for iron-dense sites. Price runs around $1,299 to $1,399 depending on the package, and the menu complexity is real. This machine rewards time spent learning it. Number 1. Minelab Manticore. The Manticore runs multi-IQ plus across 5 simultaneous frequencies and adds a 2D target trace display that plots ferrous intensity against conductivity on a graph rather than a single number. In heavy iron ground, that extra dimension changes what you're able to identify before you dig. Minelab's chief engineer has been candid that the 50% more power marketing figure doesn't translate to 50% more depth. The real-world gain runs closer to 2 or 3 centimeters on a deep target, but experienced hunters still rate the Manticore as the deepest and most capable relic platform available. Dealer price is $1,499. Early units had a stability issue that a firmware update addressed, and battery life runs shorter than the Equinox, both worth knowing before purchase. Every machine on the best list carries adjustable ground balance, real iron handling, and enough target ID resolution to make dig decisions with confidence. Every machine on the worst list fails at least one of those 3 things. And in relic ground, one failure is enough to cost you a season's worth of fines.